Alright, so I'm here at Game Jam 2013 in the Wollongong leg with
Mitchell?
Rowan?
John.
Fantastic. And you guys have started developing a video game Cardiac, I believe it was called.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us just a little bit about what's it about?
It's a sort of a survival horror roguelike kind of a game, psychological thriller. That's what we've got in mind.
Okay.
Yes.
We're sort of aiming for something between fear and amnesia, and a little bit of limbo.
Yes. Level structure kind of based on Zelda, so descending through a level, building, getting items and solving puzzles.
Okay. So sort of using items you obtained in previous levels to solve
Yes.
puzzles and stuff. Alright, cool. So for the brief this year, what did you guys think of it first of all, the thing that you guys done?
I thought it was very open.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to working with audio, especially using heartbeats in kind of fear-evoking ways, which I have so much creative freedom with.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really cool if we can manage to pull it off.
I'm excited for that.
Cool. And how did you guys get from that particular thing to this idea that you have here?
Oh, that was weird.
A lot of scratching at notebooks and throwing ideas at walls.
It's done with
Especially this one.
hospitals and heart surgery, and then it went into like what scare hospitals can be scary, so let's get psychological with this and fear of hospitals.
And there was an idea of the heartbeat as like a health mechanic kind of thing, and that's sort of where we're going, where the heartbeat measures your character's fear, and if they become too afraid, their heartbeat accelerates too much and they die.
Okay, cool. So do you guys have a sort of reasonably fleshed out idea of how the game's going to play out at this stage?
I think we do. I think we each have our own idea in our heads, and
Yeah.
we just need to get them all down and then
Consolidate.
Yeah. Alright, so if I'm sitting down as a player looking to play this game, what can I sort of expect from it? Like, run me through what the regular sequence of it would be.
Well, I'd say that you'd be exploring a level in blackness. You'd be using a torchlight to look around in the dark and identify objects and spot things that might be useful to you. Occasionally you walk along and suddenly something scary would pop up in front of you, like a monster would, or around the corner, or maybe like, sound effects can scare your character as well. Or maybe like a book goes flying off of the shelf or something like
Or a
that.
wheelchair just rolls across the room.
Okay.
And so, like in Amnesia, you have to avoid these obstacles because they make your character afraid, which is life-threatening to your character.
Okay, so you're looking at integrating a similar sort of concept where these sort of things will affect your character's overall health. And,
Yeah.
Eventually lead to death.
okay, cool.
So instead of just going, like in Amnesia had the insanity system, and we're just kind of skipping over that and going straight to hell.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds really interesting. In terms of like, that's the sort of more gameplay side of it. In terms of art or sound, do you guys have any sort of directions that you guys are looking to go for that?
Yes. Currently I'm focusing on audio and using heartbeats as an indicator of health. We've considered not using an interface for the health, instead just using audio as the primary feedback. So when you're in threatening situations, the heartbeat would speed up and become louder. Maybe you become more erratic. So that's a main focus for now. Maybe some, I guess, piano notes to indicate tense moments, or maybe sound effects of like screeching wheels or like sliding doors, that kind of stuff.
The goal is to kind of make the player feel uneasy.
So that then if a door slams behind the player, like in the real world, then that'll freak them out thinking, what is that?
Yeah, that sounds like what you want every good survival horror game to do, is get you on the review seat. Well, fantastic, that sounds really good. Thank you so much for talking to us, and we'll check back in with you a bit.